To the petroleum sector now, the president and chief executive officer of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has urged the federal government to end fuel subsidies completely. Speaking in a 26-minute interview with Bloomberg Television in New York, he said the time is right to end subsidies which have gulped trillions of naira from the country's coffers. According to him, the removal would assist in determining the country's actual consumption. His advice follows the recent commencement of petrol lifting from the Dangote Refinery and price increment to 950 naira per litre in Lagos State and its environs and above 1,000 naira in the north. He stated that fuel production from his refinery will help ease pressures on the naira, and also confirmed ownership of 2 oil blocks in the upstream sector with an expected production date of next month. To discuss this, we're joined by oil and gas expert Adeola Yusuf. Adeola, thanks for joining us. The federal government has always insisted that fuel subsidy is gone. Aliko Dangote, however, is urging the government to completely remove subsidy. Doesn't the statement kind of contradict earlier stands by the government that it is no longer paying subsidy on fuel?
Okay, thank you so much. We have said it times of that number that the government has been paying subsidy, despite the fact that they wouldn't want us to call it subsidy. The arrangement is this. Before now, it's the government that has been bearing that cost. But after the Eagle Scare declaration by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of a subsidy is gone, the burden has been transferred to the NNPC, and so they prefer that we call it, differential or under recovery. But with the statement coming from Dangote, who we all know that should know about that, it is so clear that the government has been paying that subsidy. Of course, like I said earlier, they like to call it differential or under recovery. That has been there. NNPC has been the one, the shouldering that responsibility. So that statement from Dangote has, confirmed the fact that the government is still paying subsidy on petrol. So it is so clear now to everyone that this coming from Dangote, who should know, who everyone knows that is an active, stakeholder in that downstream subsector. It shows clearly that, subsidy is being paid by the government.
How will the removal of fuel subsidies impact the demand for refined petroleum products and the capacity of domestic refineries to meet that demand?
Okay, now to talk about that statement, everyone knows that the president of Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, made that statement about 10 days after he started producing petrol at his refinery. That's one. Number two, I remember that before I think around 15th of this month that he started the production and the loading of that product by the NNPC. The sale, the price of the product was around 600 naira. Everyone knows that subsidy is being paid despite that. So now, after he has started production, we all know how much you are buying the product now, around 1,000 naira in Lagos and above 1,000 naira in the north, particularly in Maiduguri, as announced by the NNPC. So that statement coming from Aliko Dangote shows that it's coming from someone who will benefit from removal of subsidy. Of course, argument has been ongoing that even if government continues to pay subsidy, Dangote will still benefit, because now we have had the news that Dangote Refinery has now been the major supplier of the petrol that we are using, in the NNPCL, and even members of the major oil marketers have said that they have started lifting the product from Dangote. So Dangote saying that shows clearly that, okay, he wants Nigeria to push the price to Nigerians. And what that will mean definitely is that Nigerians should be getting set, if government hits its call, to buy the product even higher than what we are buying it now.
Quite
and that
unfortunate.
Is a fact we have to lay to bear.
Quite unfortunate indeed.
So that's the fact. Yeah.
I'm afraid that's the much time will permit us. Adeola, as always, thank you for speaking with us.
My pleasure always. Thank you.